So it was after, like, what? This is the top of the thing.
We switched phones and switched to another video because my phone apparently was like, yep, you're done.
I think it should be at the top.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Pizza. It'd be pizza for him. It just would. It would.
I can't help it. I
French
love
fries.
pizza.
French fries, honestly. If I had
French
to be
fries?
complete, honestly. Or cheesecake, but probably French fries.
I can see French fries being a thing for you.
Yeah.
But with the vinegar.
Just French fries in general.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what you could have them with or how.
I don't know.
It just said one food.
Well, whatever. So what?
French
I'm
fries.
being unique.
You could have pizza any way you want for the rest of your life. You just said pizza. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
We're very uninventive when it comes to that. Food.
Yeah, food is not.
It's not really that big of a thing. Chicken, I mean, but yeah.
Chicken's like every night. I can't tell you how many chickens we've slaughtered.
We could never be vegan. I'm
No,
sorry, I love too many chickens. And go ahead, you are more than welcome to comment with every single chicken documentary that you want to. It's perfectly fine. I don't care.
Because
There's
I will,
nothing
I
you're
will
gonna do
tear
that's gonna
every
keep
single one of you apart if you do.
I will still eat
promise
chickens.
it.
And yes, my large chest may be attributed to the, all the... No, I'm serious. They say that. They say that. And the stuff that they put in the chickens, and the hormones that they put in the chickens, that's one of those researches. And I don't care. So it doesn't even matter.
I'm going to skip the TV question and the movie question because those we've kind of already answered.
Yeah, like twice over.
Yeah. Tell me about your favorite childhood memory and what made it so special to you.
The first one that came to mind is a weird one. It probably isn't like what would have been my absolute favorite childhood memory, but it's definitely an interesting one. For Christmas, every year when I was younger, my mom always got me at least the one thing that was at the top of my Christmas list. And that transcended from before I found out that Santa wasn't real, sorry kids, to when I found out that he wasn't, like a thing. In case there are kids who are watching this.
There aren't.
There's always...
Shouldn't be. Better not be. You don't watch my channels.
Yeah, till you play it for our kids. Anyway.
I'm not going to play this for our kids.
Anyway, so... the Christmas that I asked for a sewing machine, because I'll never forget how many times my mom asked me over and over and over and over and over again. So, like, a sewing machine, though. And I was so dead set, yeah, I want a sewing machine. I think it was the year that we had, my grandma had given me one of those old school sewing machines that was like a desk that like folded up into a sewing machine. You remember those?
Yeah.
The sewing machines. And I thought that was so cool. You know what I mean? It's like a desk, and then it's a sewing machine, and then it's a desk, and then it's a sewing machine. And like I sewed this like ABC book or whatever for Megan, actually, when Megan was born. I sewed it for Aunt Connie, and I was so proud of myself, and I thought, I'm going to make clothes. That was the beginning of my fashion design phase. But I will give my mom all the credit in the world. I got a sewing machine for Christmas. I got a sewing machine for Christmas. And I sewed my own curtains, and I sewed a pillowcase.
I sewed my own
curtains, and I sewed a pillowcase, and I sewed a shirt that was absolutely 120% inappropriate and could never be worn, and then I stopped sewing. End of story. Probably not my favorite childhood memory, but definitely one of the most memorable ones. Other than the time I ran away in the RV park, but you know that one.
I've got no real favorite
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Please enlighten me on my favorite kid memory. I don't know what you're talking about.
The times that you would walk down to your grandma's house,
Oh,
and your dad would watch you walk all the way down the street to your grandma's house, and then your
See,
grandma
look,
would
this is how well she knows me. She can tell me things about me that I don't even remember.
And then your grandma would let you go across the street to the convenience store or something like that and buy a chocolate bar.
Yeah. It's actually really, really cool. It's that little bit of freedom that kids don't get these days because of obvious dangers and everything else. But it was really, really cool back then because my grandma lived, if I was to put it in terms, I would want to say 4 blocks away, but straight ahead from my parents' house.
Straight down the
street. And my dad would stand on the one corner and watch me walk all the way down, and my grandma would get me from her front porch.
And the 4 blocks of freedom.
Yeah, it was really, really cool as a kid to be able to just
walk to grandma's house.
You know, just walk. You like, it was really, really neat. Like, I don't know.
I can see why our kids get excited when they get to cross the one street corner over into.
They do, but like, of course, times are different now. Like, you can't just let your kids go walking and stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, I'm not by any means saying like that's an okay thing to do now, but back then it was a different time. You know, the crap that goes on in our society now wasn't as open as it is back then, so you didn't have those worries like you have now. But it was a really cool thing. It was a cool thing to be able to just, you know, the freedom you feel being able to do that kind of stuff as a kid is really, really unique. Oh yeah, I forget. I'm in charge of the questions.
The question man now.
Jeez. Failure. Ooh, here's a good one. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Dun, dun, dun.
Be confident. For the love of God, be more confident. However, I can also say, as me now, if I would have been more confident in my younger years, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I think I'd be a lot, honestly, and I'm going to be completely honest here, and this is like 2 whole glasses of wine down. I think I'd be a lot more shallow and a lot less me if I had been more confident when I was younger, because I think not necessarily that not being confident and being bullied was a good thing for me, but I'm definitely a much more humble person than I think I ever would have grown to be if I would have been any more full of myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was younger. Like, younger me. If younger me would have been too confident, that could have gone very badly, I feel like.
Well, I mean, I guess if I was to talk to my younger self,
I wish younger me would have been more confident, but
if I had to give myself advice when I was younger, I guess the best advice that I could probably give myself is life goes on. Like, because I can't tell you, like, how many times as a kid, like, I ran into really crappy, difficult situations, and I thought that the world was ending, and I thought that there wasn't going to be another side, and life went on. Like, I got through it, I went to the other side, and then I hit another mountain, and I chopped that sucker down, and moved on. Like, life moves on regardless. So even, like, at this point in my life, there are mountains, there are things that I've got to do, and I've got to go through, and I don't want to say that I don't worry, because there are moments. However, I'm going to say that I know now more so than I've known previously in my life. Life goes on. It just doesn't stop. No matter what you face, you get through it. You will get through it.
I feel like on many, many occasions, and most oftentimes those occasions are like the worst of the worst scenarios. You know, the lowest of the worst, dips or whatever. This is definitely one piece of advice I think I've always tried to stick by. I have made really poor decisions in life, but given the circumstances at that particular moment in that particular situation, I know I would, even if I went back and had 1,000,000 times to do it over, I'd probably make the same choice. I'd probably make the same choice at that same time, given the person I was and the you know what I mean, the things I was going through. I would have made that same choice in that same way, no matter how you spin it, no matter how many times I would have gotten a chance to do it over. That's just one of those things that at those points in time in my life I had to go through. And I know more than ever, and this is going to get really sappy, but...
Oh boy, here we go.
Now that I'm engaged to you, it's a pretty fucking baller-ass thing to win out of all of the lows in my life. I really, truly, honestly believe that out of all those times that I've ever asked God why, I wasn't supposed to know why. It didn't matter, because this is what I was being prepared for. And
I can see that.
I feel like a lot of what both of us had gone through, especially in the few years right before we started dating officially, you know what I mean? Like, before we started dating seriously. We were friends. For the record, we were, like, legitimately, like, platonic for... No, I'm serious. We were legitimately platonic and just really good, honest-to-God, true friends for 5 years? 5, 6 whole years up before our first date.
6.
And our first date was just as much of a shock to me as it was to him, and to him as it was to me. Like, it wasn't...
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't something either one of us, like, you know, banked on the other person being. It was an entirely next step in what our friendship already was, and, like, it's gonna get really sappy. He's my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. And
I can't
a lot of that has to
say
do
the
with
same thing about you. I mean, I can't think of anyone that I turn to and talk to about things more often than you. Like, I look for you for just about all of my advice, just because I feel like our friendship is more there than anywhere.
It was absolutely the foundation, I feel like, of our relationship. We had a very long-standing and honest, through really tough times, stupid shit that the average person does not go through, or at least that I hope to God the average person does not go through.
Really?
That was the foundation of our first date, and our relationship didn't start until our first date. Like, we're not one of the, you know, it's not one of those things where you just knew for years when you were friends that you were supposed to, you know, no. We were just honest to God friends before.
Yeah, we were.
We dated.
And you know, there was no
there wasn't
pre-planned thing to this. It wasn't like we decided.
I mean, of course we can look back over time and be like,
signs
that's
were there.
funny.
Like,
but
I'm not gonna say that it wasn't ever there, but it was there. But we never explored it because of certain situations.
Well, and it's not even like those feelings were there and we consciously didn't explore it because of certain situations. Like, let me tell you what, when him and I when we first met, we were both very happy in what our former lives were.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, I was perfectly happy in my broken relationship before it was completely broken with,
Likewise.
You know, my 1-year-old, and I thought I had it all figured out. There was nothing wrong in my life the very first time that we worked together. Our friendship was built when he was, you know what I mean, we just happened to both go through a really rough season in our own lives at the same time as each other was going through the rough season in theirs.
Yeah.
And I think because of the fact that both of those situations were really rough, we were able to be there for each other in a real way and not just oh, I totally know what you're going through kind of way. I don't know, it was just, it wasn't us. That's what I have to say about our relationship. It wasn't us. It was God. It wasn't us. That was all by a much larger design than...
Oh, I knocked over the bottle, but it's empty, so it doesn't matter.
A much larger design than our own. Anyway, next question. That was a deep answer right there.
Yeah, that was. It was, like, ridiculously deep.
I love you.
I love you. We're not turning into sappies on this.
I know, but, whatever.
Anyway. Some of these questions are dumb. I'm going to skip over them because it's not worth it.
Color, green.
Yeah, right. Here we go.
What's your color? What's your favorite color? Blue.
Hello. Oh, jeez. Here we go. What would be your superhero name?
That was stupid. That's stupid.
Give me my phone back. What are you doing?
No, I'm not putting you in charge of questions.
This is ridiculous. She just took my phone.
Your childhood memory and what made it so special to you. Tell me about your favorite childhood memory. Oh,
we did that one. We just did that one.
See, that's what happens when I drink a...
That's the reason why I'm in charge of the question.
No, if you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only bring one thing, what would it be and why? We watched Naked and Afraid all the time. You'd bring a machete.
Fire starter.
You'd bring a machete and I'd bring a fire starter.
Yeah.
And we'd live forever.
True story. I'd boss the lake.
And yes, we would be stranded together. That's not like one person, one item thing. No, it's definitely as a couple. Celebrity crush, music artist, genre. Oh, what's your favorite music genre? That one's a funny one because his genre and my genre are totally not the same genre. Because I would say nerdcore, and that is not your favorite genre in the least. He doesn't even let me put. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. He doesn't let me put on my...
Oh, that's how I feel right now because of that Scott brought up.
That's why I didn't bring up the thing. What's your favorite Broadway musical? That one's a stupid one. What's your favorite cartoon? No, what's your favorite cartoon?
Animaniacs.
Favorite cartoon of all time?
Looney Tunes.
Give me a hard one.
Looney Tunes. And if I had to, boil it down to a specific Looney Tune character, the Looney Tune character sketch would be Bugs Bunny. I fucking love Bugs Bunny.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Yeah, I'm going to kill that wabbit.
What would you do if you won $1 million? We've talked about that before.
Pay bills and live happy. I wouldn't go... No, seriously, I would buy a house. I would buy a new truck. I'd probably... pay off.
Superpower. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Why did you skip
Jeez, you're jumping overboard with this.
I know.
Now the wine's kicking in. I don't know how much longer this video is gonna go.
Well, it can't go much further because I don't got too many gigs of free space.
Okay, ooh. Superpower? If I had to pick a superpower, it'd be super strength.
Is that? Because I feel like we've had this conversation before and I don't feel like it was super strength.
Super strength. Well, that or flying.
Okay. I pretty much like indestructibility. Indivisibility. I'm pretty much a fan of that. I could fight forever if I never died.
I'm a fan of that.
I would be perfectly fine
take a nap and let him shoot me while I'm napping.
That's not what I meant. What would be your dream vacation is an interesting question because that kind of falls into our current honeymoon plans.
Dream vacation.
Apparently not honeymoon plans. That would not.
No, dream vacation's Disney World, and I don't care
we
what
all know that because
any
of
you people out there got to say about it.
That's because we have 5 kids.
Even if it was just me, forget taking you, forget the kids, the whole nine. Me, Disney World, me. I would love it.
No, if it was just you, you would totally pick Montana.
Oh, yeah.
That would win. No, kids.
Yeah, you're right.
Kids with you, Disney World.
You're right. Montana would win.
See, this is how much I know you. Which actor or actress would play you in a movie about your life?
Brad Pitt.
No, fuck no.
Brad Pitt definitely would nail. Brad Pitt would nail my character.
Okay, no. How about me? If you had to pick, an actress to play me in my life, and I had to pick an actor to play you. Oh, you know who I'd pick to play you? Oh my god.
Who?
Oh, I'm too tipsy to know his name. Starred in Pineapple Express. Knocked Up.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
That's gay.
Internet knows what I'm talking about.
That's gay. No offense to gay people out there.
You know why I would pick him to play you?
Why?
Because he's one of my favorite actors. And I feel like he's really funny, and I feel like you're really funny, and he's
stupid.
No,
Stupid choice.
Stupid choice.
Fine,
You know
Julia Roberts to play you because you picked a shitty actor to play me.
Let's see. Where did you grow up? That's funny, because he grew up in Canton, I grew up in Akron, but we're still totally... Okay, I will say this. I am more a city girl than I am a country girl. However, you have turned me into loving the country.
Tell me why there's a kid up at 10 o'clock.
It's probably Willow.
Oh my god.
I hope to God, I swear.
Fuck. I'm glad it's Saturday.
Right? No shit. If it was a school night, we'd be
like... If it was a school night, somebody would be getting beat. No one would be getting beat.
No, not beat, but definitely
there would
like
definitely be a
spanking.
There'd be a spanking involved at 10 o'clock at night.
I feel like we cannot yell upstairs to tell whoever's yelling to stop
yelling.
Well,
no, because the baby will wake up. See, that's the difficulty about being a parent to multi-leveled age children. You got one kid sleeping, you got one kid being a... and then you got the other one that's like sitting up there perfectly still smiling because they think the other one's going to get it. Like,
that's true.
It's so ridiculous.
Oh my god,
because you cannot punish one kid.
That's not even just at night. That's all the time.
It's so stupid.
The time. No, okay. To the extent where I swear to God, any of the kids get in trouble, the very first person that you hear say the very next thing is Connor saying, "I love you."
All right, we're straying off. Come on.
Okay. If you could be on any reality TV show, which one would it be? And please, for the love of God, don't say Jersey Shore. No. Fucking.
Then I plead the fifth. I don't know. Jersey Shore. That's the shit, man.
Hey, is Shark Tank a reality TV show? Shark Tank is a reality TV show.
Oh my god.
I'm being that. That's a legitimate answer.
All right, one more question because we're running on almost a 2-hour video now.
If you could trade lives with anybody for a day, who would it be and why?
God, I wouldn't want to trade lives with anyone. I love my life.
Aww, I love you.
I'm just saying, I love my life. I love my kids. I love my fiance. I mean, granted, there's some situations in my life that aren't the greatest, but
who is your favorite YouTuber?
Oh, that's easy. Rob Bailey.
I'm just kidding.